Hello everyone, my name is April and this is April Avenue. This video today is going to be an introductory video to my channel as well as a fun lock tag so you guys can get to know me and more about my journey. So let's get into it. I created this space to be intentional about my journey, my hair journey, my fitness and wellness journey, and I decided to take you guys on along for the ride. So that's what my channel will be about. I'll be talking about locks. So my hair is in the style of locks, so I'm a lock to natural, and I've been for 2 years. So I'll talk more about styles that I have been enjoying, challenges, tips, tricks that can probably help other people out along their journey as well. I am a professional, so I'm a doctor. I'm currently a professor, and so a lot of my content is going to come to you through the lens of that. Feel free to interact with me on my other various platforms. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at April Avenue 3, and then I'm also on Snapchat as well. So the second part of this video is going to be a lock tag, so that's what we'll get into now. So I have a series of questions here that I'll be looking down at, and they just basically are a way for you guys to get to know more about me, and so on and so forth. So do you remember the specific moment you decided you were going to lock your hair? Where were you and how did you feel? So just to give a bit of a backstory, I have been a loose natural since 2013, so about 5 or 6 years, and then 2 years ago I just couldn't deal with the I guess the stress of dealing with my hair loose as a loose natural. And I am West Indian descent, a West Indian background, and so locks is something that's very well embraced in the West Indian community. And so seeing other people with beautiful locks is what really inspired me to just lock my hair and embrace that style. There's also a cultural and a spiritual aspect to my choice in wearing locks, and all of that just culminated in the decision around a little over 2 years ago. So that's where I was and how I felt. What method, if any, did you use to start your locks? So I started my locks straight out of box braids. I had a set of box braids that I had in for about 2 months, and as I took each one out, I twisted my hair, and that was the end of it. That was how it started, 2-strand twists, straight out of box braids. How old are your locks? So my locks are about 2 years and 2 months. So May 26th is sort of my lock anniversary date. And I just celebrated 2 years a couple weeks ago or a month ago. And so that's where that puts me. What is the length of your longest lock and your shortest locks? So my longest locks are in the front. My hair just grows longer in the front, as well as I used to cut the back as a loose natural. So the back is significantly shorter. As a result, my shortest lock is going to be in the back. So my longest lock is going to be up front here. These are some of my longer locks, maybe about 10, 11 inches, not too sure. And then my shortest one is going to be right here. It's really close to the nape of my neck. Next question. Do you have any locks that are especially unique, strange, or awesome? So just to give some backstory here, again, all of the locks in my front were combined. And so this one is sort of my unique, strange lock. It was 2 sort of weirdly shaped locks that I put together, and then it just ended up looking kind of bumpy, kind of strange. And then the way it sits, usually when I style my hair, makes it kind of interesting as well. So that's my unique, strange, or awesome lock. How many locks do you have currently? Is it the same number you started with? So no, as I just mentioned, I combined a few. I started with maybe 130 something, and now I'm down to 119 locks, which is a nice, comfortable number. They're not too big or too small, and I don't think I'm gonna combine anything else. I combined the ones along the hairline just because I kind of got paranoid about my hairline and I wanted those locks intentionally to be a bit thicker, and they are. what shampoo or other products do you use on your locks? So I typically just use the Jamaican Black Castor Oil shampoo from the Shea Moisture line. That is the only thing that I use to wash my hair. And I'll go more into my detailed routine in another video. But that Jamaican Black Castor Oil shampoo, I love it. It does wonders. I have never had a problem. I've even used it as a loose natural. Yep. How often do you wash your locks? Again, I'll probably make another lock routine video that goes more in depth about this, but I don't have a set time that I wash my locks. I mean, I don't go for months on end, but typically once or twice a month is an average of about how many times I will wash my locks, once or twice a month. Do you do any regular maintenance on your locks? So I do maintain my locks myself in terms of retightening the root, and that I'll probably do a whole nother video, because I have been sort of going back and forth between interlocking and retwisting, and I found pros and cons with both, and I'll probably do a more detailed video explaining that a little bit more. But right now I just went back to retwisting after doing a year of interlocking, so that's kind of where I am now. And again, I'll do another video that goes more in depth explaining that. Other than that, in terms of regular maintenance, just light misting with rose water and olive oil or any other oil, and that is probably maybe once every 3 days, maybe twice a week, nothing regularly. And as my hair gets older, I don't even keep up. I just feel it. If it's, you know, feeling parched or dry, stiff, I give it a spritz. And I'm looking down here because I have some questions on my iPad. So just bear with me. All right, on to question 10. What are your favorite beads or other decorations? Now, as you guys can see, I've been experimenting with some lock beads and other forms of lock jewelry in my hair. So this is just kind of what it is for me now. They're not my favorite. I do like the other types of jewelry that you guys will probably see me wear that are more individual, not on every single lock. But these have been fun. It's summer here for me. Well, it's summer for everyone, but it's summer here, and it's kind of warm, and I just wanted to do something fun. It's really cold where I live. I live in northern Minnesota, and so all winter my hair is put away, and so during the summer I just wanted to have fun. And besides, I won't be at this length for very much longer, and I just thought it would be fun to try these out at this length before my hair gets long and boring. And so that's kind of that with the beads and decorations. Question 11, if your locks had their own personal motto, what would it be? It's kind of an interesting question. I don't know what the motto of my locks would be, but I guess more broadly, my motto would just be, do you, boo. And I guess that's the story behind locks. Is just, you just have to let them do their own thing. And that's also my motto with life, is just do you. Anything that feels forced or unnatural or inorganic, just leave it alone.
And do you, boo. So that's kind of my motto.
Number 12, if you could start a new set of locks, would you do anything differently? Now, my lock journey has been interesting. It certainly hasn't been a traditional one, because I started with a full head of hair. Not only that, I kind of was in a funk right before I started my locks, so I actually texturized my hair, and so I'm paying for that now, because the ends of my hair have gotten, you can't see them now because of the beads, but the ends had gotten really straggly, and that they're sort of growing out of that phase now. But if I were to do anything differently, I would have started my locks on fresh, never been tampered with, completely virgin hair, not even colored, because my hair was color treated, and you can see that color kind of growing out at the ends as well. So that's probably the only thing that I would have done differently. And I don't know if I would have done that differently, because they make my hair uniquely the way that it is now. But if I I could pick one thing that I would do over, and this is something that I would suggest to other girls or guys, other people who are trying to start a lock journey, is to make sure that your hair is in a healthy state before you start. You don't want to start locks on damaged hair. That's just going to be a disaster for you down the road. Question 13, is there anything else unique about your appearance other than locks, tattoos, piercings? So no, I don't have any other interesting piercings or tattoos that would be eye-grabbing or really interesting. I do have one tattoo, and that's a medical related symbol, and that is it. I don't have any interesting piercings. So yeah, just my locks. How many people have you known, or rather, how many people do you know personally with locks? I know quite a few people with locks. Again, just being West Indian, I've been exposed to that hairstyle as well as the Rastafarian culture. So locks are not something that are now or ever have been foreign to me. Yep. Have any employers turned you down for having locks? Any wanted you because of your locks? Nope. Never had a situation where my locks dictated anything about my employment. And again, I am in more of a professional setting, and I've always been able to interview with my locks neatly styled. The position that I'm currently in, I interviewed for a year ago, and my locks were still in their baby teenage phase, and I just styled them up really nicely in an updo, and that was that. So I've never been in that situation at all. Number 16, what's the weirdest question you've gotten about your locks? Dumbest, funniest, most common. So kind of more interesting, or kind of more recently, I've had someone ask me, how'd you get those things at the end of your hair? Can I touch it? Can I feel it? How did you get those beads at the ends of your hair? And I was like, no, you can't touch it, but I did sew them on. But that's kind of a funny, and I get those little comments depending on the way I have my hair styled. And again, I do live in a non-diverse demographic, I'll put it that way, and so there's not a lot of people here right now that have seen locks before, or know exactly what locks is, you know, especially other cultures and other backgrounds. So that's kind of what plays into the interest when I have my hair styled a certain way. Number 17, have you ever had a freak accident or an embarrassing moment involving your locks? Not that I can say. No, I don't think I've ever had any embarrassing moments. I mean, there was that sort of awkward phase in the beginning, and everyone goes through this. I went through it, and that wasn't embarrassing, so to speak. It wasn't an incident. It was just a phase of acceptance that I eventually sort of worked through, but that's the only thing that I can think of in that realm. Number 18, do you have any locked role models? If so, who? You know, there's the big lock icons. There's Bob Marley. There's a lot of other reggae artists that I really admire and respect. There's Chronix. There are some amazing, beautifully awesome, talented YouTubers here. And I don't even want to start calling names. You guys know who you are. They're out there. They're doing their thing. They're representing the lock community. And I consider them as role models in that regard. What locked YouTubers could you see yourself hanging out with in real life? Again, there's tons of them. There's Keisha Charmaine. I can go on and on, guys, and I don't want to start listing names, but there's Pretty Hippie, wonderful, love her channel, love her content, etc., etc., etc. Even YouTubers who may have ended their lock journey, still, I think, are awesome, and I still think embrace the lock culture. And the last question is, who are you going to tag next? I'm tagging anyone who's watching this, anyone who wants to share their lock journey. I'm tagging other beautiful locked YouTubers. I'm tagging all of you guys. I'm tagging all my watchers, all my followers here on YouTube. Alright guys, that's the end of today's video. So I really hope that you were able to get to know me in some regard, get to know a little bit more about my lock journey. That's not the only content that I'll be having here, but that's kind of the most interesting to me, at least. And so I look forward to engaging with you guys on a weekly basis. Again, I'll be posting videos on a Sunday every week. And let me know what you would like to see videos on from a YouTuber like me. Let me know what questions you may have. And that's kind of why I'm here, to create a niche where I can engage with all of you in this wonderful space. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on April Avenue.